High. All glory to the Most High. D1, an artist from New Orleans. You know, I'm from New Orleans, and I definitely got to check him out more. Uh, he went viral, literally, for basically calling out the industry. And he name dropped a few artists, and most people are literally in their feelings, because he name dropped. Now, what I did check on him was that at one point in time he was signed a man to Fresh Records, a record label. But let's get straight into this though. It's a topic that been need to be had. There's a guy on the internet named Hassan Campbell. He been doing it for a while. He been calling out rappers and the music that they make. Now, at the end of the day, D1 is 100% right. 100% right. And I say this because it's two sides to a coin. At the end of the day, we all grew up in an era where music went from being uplifting to street to the South, pretty much New Orleans, Atlanta. And when it came to New Orleans, you know, it became just street. And then, it just California. It became street music, right? So the reason why I say D1 is totally, totally right. These rappers, the ones that he name dropped, they don't live that life no more. And if they did, you know, uh, they are a small percentage of individuals that actually made it out the situation. At the end of the day, the street life come with drugs, prison, and debt. That's what happens. Individuals end up being a junkie, or either they end up in prison, or they end up dead. The reason why I say I agree with him because it's like on my other channel, right? Like the rapper BG, for example. He came home 42, 43. The industry has changed. The industry has changed. Salute, Kimberly. The industry has changed. And so does the person supposed to change. Meaning this, you can't talk about things as if you was in your 20s, if you 40. People looking for you to mature with them. Your audience are maturing. So they expecting you to mature with them. So at the end of the day, yes, that may have what made you money, speaking of street life and glorifying the street life. But at the end of the day, your audience was immature at that time, just as well as you. And so as you grow and as your audience grow, you're supposed to grow. Now the fact of the matter is D1 was basically saying with your music, tell a correct and factual ending of the street life. See what I'm saying? Right, right. Pay, he was basically saying tell a factual endings, meaning if you've been rapping for 20 years and you've been rapping street music, street music, street music, and you got a house in the Hamptons with a pool, and your kids is at ponds and they meet, your kids, you build generational wealth. Now, yeah, you might have people that you still deal with in the hood because they're trying to get on. They're looking at you as a way out. So you might still have certain ties and connections to the hood and to hood things, but you're not in that lifestyle no more. Nor is your kids. So at the end of the day, what D1 was trying to say that your music still have an influence over the youth. And at the end of the day, you making it seems as if flipping this brick or using this stick or doing anything with the streets, right? That does not repercussions and consequences. Just because you made it, most of the rappers, I'm gonna say this, there's not too many rappers that can actually say that they became millionaires from the street life. The music pushed them to another level. The music gave them that generational wealth. And then they branched off and they got endorsements and other deals. So at the end of the day, what D1 was trying to say, you done made it to a point where you could tell these kids the pain that you felt losing your loved ones in the process of coming up. the pain that you felt losing your friends, the pain that you feel with your homeboy sitting in jail and they can't enjoy this life with you. You know, it's cool to make a song about what you experienced and what you've been through and what you've seen. But at the same time, if you got to talk at the end of the record, let these young boys know, hey, the ending, it always is critical. Only selective people make it out this game with riches, without debt, without penitentiary, or not being a junkie. So I think that's really what he was saying. And I think that being on the platform that he was on, Sway TV or whatever, it came off, you know, within the conversation and people took it the wrong way. But yes, the individuals he named, they do have influence. When they drop a record, see, here's what people don't realize. The individuals he named in New Orleans, their music rock, their music hit hard. See, some artists have markets that they don't do too good in. But the three in particular artists he named, in the last 10, 15 years, everything they put out was hot in New Orleans. Like it was like hitting, like it was like anthems. So that's why he named those three, because he was influenced by those three rappers. At the end of the day, that's why he named drop. You know, that's like me, and that's like everybody. That's like a lot of people. First thing we'll do is say Tupac, 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 right? Come with a good and they come with a bad. But at the end of the day, for anybody on the internet to say he wrong and say he wrong, they haven't matured. You know, at the end of the day, had he pick up the phone and call anybody up, see, at the end of the day, these individuals are older than this young man. So they should have said, okay, for him to name drop me, he look up to me. He actually look up to me. That's why he said my name. He look up to me. He been listening to me. He feel my music. He looking at me like I'm a big influencer. So actually, he paid a compliment to those individuals by name dropping. And at the end of the day, those individuals, they feel like he should have never said their name. But it's thousands of people that talk about people all day long. It used to be an old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt. And at the end of the day, it's crazy how people can pay no mind to topics that's about them, but they pay mind to topics when it hurt, and it's the truth. At the end of the day, it's a lot of people that music do influence, not make them go out there and commit crimes, but it make them chase a lifestyle that's being sold on how to get there through crime. And at the end of the day, it's a mother crying, a father losing their son, because the influence of the lifestyle that they want, they're chasing a lifestyle that they probably ain't gonna never see, because it's a small percentage that see that lifestyle. So I figure I get on here and literally talk about this because it's a big topic that need to be discussed. And a lot of people, they want to shim back from it and act like as if the young man said something wrong because he said their name. No, that's who influenced him. That's his generation. They are a generation above him, so they influence him. They couldn't influence me. We the same age. I'm a Tupac fan, so they couldn't influence me. But at the end of the day, look how many people Tupac had streaming Thug Life. Look how many people Tupac had streaming, you know, they didn't like Bad Boy. They didn't like this. They didn't like that. You know, just think about that. The influence. It's the same thing. And a lot of young boys are influenced by trying to pursue a lifestyle that they'll never see. It's either debt, jail, or they end up being junkies from using their own sampling their own package, and then it turned out to overall just pure D junkie. Salute. Thank you, guys.